call me old man Wade.
Damn you, old man!
Wait.
Old ass man.
Shut up, old man. You smell like fart.
No, man!
Old man.
He's so old, he got a podcast on cassette.
Fuck, you're old.
Damn it, Wade.
And welcome to the Old Man Wade Show. I am your host, the God of Stubborn, the Lord of Laughter, the Sire of Sarcasm, Old Man Wade. And I'm sitting here with my co-host, Super Woke Hobby.
Yo, I'm glad you didn't add anything to it this time.
What, like Super Block Hobby or Super Woke Hotep Hobby?
Super woke works.
The pinnacle of political perfection?
All that. You get it.
Which
you know
one?
the name.
Which one don't you want anymore? I forget what name I added to it.
I'm comfortable with them. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Nothing new has happened recently.
You ain't get blocked by nobody yet?
Nah, yo. I'm trying hard, too. But, you know, whatever. I might, I don't know.
Start a fight just to see what happens?
Start a fight. I don't know. Say I support Kodak Black or something. I don't know. I don't. Well, no. Damn it. I'm like, yo, I like the young man. I want him to do better. I really, really hope he gets through whatever the hell he's getting through right now. And
Oh, let me fix that sentence for you. Kodak Black is trash.
Yeah, you know me, dog. I can't say that about a young black dude, man.
Hold on,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, we got somebody who's probably itching to say something. Got a special guest in here today. A few times I've asked her to come on the show, but unfortunately, I have this habit of asking the day before something happens. So this time, I said, okay, I'll ask her on a Monday. Ladies and gentlemen.
Monday?
No, I asked her on Monday.
Oh, okay. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nina.
Hi. It's me. Here I am. I made it.
What are your thoughts on Kodak Black?
Shit, man.
That's a nice watch, too. Damn.
Oh, thanks. My Rolly?
Oh, this whole thing?
Yeah, this guy? Kodak Black got this for me, actually.
And don't let my hesitancy to say really bad things about him prevent you from saying anything you want. Please.
So, I don't really remember what happened. I was just reading about it 3 days ago, and then it left my memory, my short-term memory, which is trash.
Where would you like me to start? We could go with the
Well, I know the initial shit, but there was something that just happened.
Oh, we get into it. We getting into that? You want to get into that, the Kodak Black stuff right now?
We can.
All right.
You got it all loaded up?
I mean, I know it. I know basically.
All right, enlighten the world.
All right, so I guess Kodak Black, the notorious trap rapper. I wouldn't even call him trap rapper. He's a decent rapper. Old man would disagree, but the kid has some talent, right? So he's constantly in trouble. But the most recent thing, he disrespected Nipsey Hussle's wit.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the most recent.
Well,
that was the one I knew about.
Yeah, that's not the most recent.
I forgot about.
That's not the most recent, but that's what kind of started.
So I didn't even know that there was a more recent one.
Yeah. So after that, he gets jumped, right?
Mm-hmm.
At a live performance. Crazy. And then, I think a day or two ago, he gets stopped at the Canadian border, trafficking guns.
I did hear about that one too. Okay.
What's happening in Canada? I told you, oh man, Drake is nothing to mess with, bro. Canada, the vicious north.
The vicious north.
Oh meet me in the 6 with my woes.
Yo, when you have a point guard who scores 1 point in a playoff game, ain't nothing vicious about you.
Oh damn.
The vicious north.
So, anyways, Kodak Black is having a very terrible few couple of days.
And he's been out of jail for how long? A year?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't
know either, to be honest.
I only know him basically based on his music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only following the drama because of what he said about Nipsey Hussle's whatnot.
Right.
And then he just kept on being in the spotlight.
Because his apology was absolute fucking garbage.
T.I. took him out of the...
you can't call it that, actually. I don't know what that
Kodak Black covers his face with cash as he leaves jail. I'm looking to defend that.
What? You looking at me to defend what?
Kodak
I'm not
Black.
defending it.
That's your man.
I mean, I don't know him. I don't know him. I'm just saying, I don't like... I I, for one, and this is just me, right? Like, I don't like, calling people trash. Just saying. Like,
But what if they are, though? What if they do something that you just deem trash-worthy?
Oh, then no. Okay, so I should say I don't like.
Like, there's got to be a line.
You have to be
limit.
trash-worthy. Like, I've had called out people for being trash, but
Okay.
like I've called R. Kelly out for being trash.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Like, that's trash behavior. Right. A young dude from the ghetto in Miami with a lot of money and no supervision, right? Doing stupid shit. I'm not surprised, one. And two, like, I don't...
He's only 21 years old.
He's young.
He's like
and we were talking before we started recording about how trash we all were in our 20s. Like, if I had his type of money and seemingly nobody telling me not to do stupid shit, I probably would be in the same situation.
It's just like there's got to be a point where you learn from your mistake. He's like doing the same dumb stuff over and over. So
well, I also think this is a product of this era of rapper who like now is like media is everything. Like if you have a good personality, then you can sell 1 million records. If you don't have a personality, then you better hope you have a damn good following. Otherwise, you're just not going to end up anywhere. So,
are you saying Kodak has a good personality?
I think he has I think he knows how to play the game. I think him like Tekashi 6ix9ine, they know how to run their social media outlet. They know how to play to the crowd. Unfortunately, Tekashi can actually rap.
Are you saying Kodak can't rap? You saying Tekashi's a better rapper than Kodak?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
But again, it's just my opinion of rap, though. Like, he kind of reminds me of, like, Rainbow Sticky Fingers.
Who?
Tekashi.
Tekashi?
With all the anger and shit?
Nah, I think Tekashi had a niche. Like, he reminded me a lot of those MOP dudes.
MOP?
Yeah.
Those MOP dudes.
Yeah, whatever. I'm an old guy. The hippity hop. And the rippity rap, right? But no, he
not the rippity rap.
The rippity rap, like that Bronx, like gutter style. And then honestly, like I don't think you listen to Kodak, right? Which is fine because he's not your
my cup of tea.
He's not your cup of tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guarantee you, I could pull. Actually, I've sent you a couple of tracks from him that you were like, oh, snap, he can rap. I've done it. I mean, I don't know if I'm spilling tea.
Even a garbage can gets a steak.
Yeah, nah. The kid's talented.
I'm going to go on record and say that No Flockin' is better than Bodak Yellow, period, the end.
You know who?
Goodbye. Who?
You know what is Hawa?
No
I
Flockin'.
said No Flockin' is better than Bodak Yellow, period.
What's Bodak
So
Yellow?
that's the song.
Yo, we're trash.
That's the song that Bodak Yellow was like modeled after. Is that how you say it?
Why
like,
I think that was Cardi?
It is
so,
Cardi.
It is Cardi. So
she redid one of.
Her
his
mixtape
songs.
days.
No, that was like on like the album. That
Seriously?
was on like the big one.
Yeah.
That's like that was like her big first single.
Oh.
So that whole beat, like she pulled a Vanilla Ice basically.
Right.
But it's I don't think people know what they're doing now. Like Cardi, she's always had good management, I guess, so they know what they're doing.
That's the better word for it. So, like whoever's managing a lot of these guys know that this is the way the world works now with rappers.
But is anyone managing them?
Some of
Someone
them.
has to, right?
No, not necessarily. Not nowadays, yo.
It doesn't sound like anyone could be managing somebody who says that about Nipsey Hussle's wife, and then their apology is not apology.
Yo,
like somebody would have been like, "Yo, you got to correct this mistake," but they didn't. So I don't think there was anyone.
There's really no gatekeepers now.
But like, I don't follow him, so like, I'm dumb. Like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about him.
I literally he's a young dude. Like he's not somebody that I would be chilling with. Period. Like I don't know. I would feel corny. Like I feel corny now, like talking about his personal life, right? Like basically, like I didn't follow him that way. I liked his music because I thought he was talented.
Yeah.
And I felt, and the little things I heard about his personal shit and the stuff that you told me he was saying about people, I'm like, damn, that's what. Like, why would you do that? Like, yes, yo, I'm telling you, like, if you listen to his music, like when he goes in his bag, like his lyrics bag, like this dude has a pen. Like he's nice. Right? And it sucks because I feel like whatever's happening, it's creating this image that he's he's a trash person. Which, if you listen to his
but
music,
that's the stuff he does.
He's not true, but it's,
so like that. I mean, like as someone who literally doesn't give a shit about this particular person, like if you just do shitty things all the time, then you're shit.
Yeah, you're right. But we've seen people do a lot of shitty things and get away with it.
Yeah, but
and
like that doesn't mean it's okay.
And like other than again, he's been accused of a heinous crime, right? But that's an accusation, right? And that's one. And we've seen, and again, I don't know if you listen to the show, like I'm not the, like I believe victims, right? Like that's the thing. But at the same time, I know that an accusation, when it's in the court of law, has a lot of consequences. So if he is innocent, it could ruin him. It could, whatever. So I'm gonna wait for that. I'm not even gonna talk about that right now because we don't know. And it is not like a Bill Cosby situation where you have like a bunch of people. This is one thing that happened in 2016. Not saying she's lying or whatever. I'm saying that he has the benefit of the doubt in this situation only because it's in the court of law. You're innocent until proven guilty. That's it. So I'm gonna leave that alone. That's a big explanation for some bullshit. And that's why this is why I'm upset. I shouldn't have to be doing this on his behalf. Because
you don't have to.
I don't have to, but I'm telling you, this kid is talented. Like he has a voice. He has a voice. He has a voice of people, right?
He's not like the voice of the generation. Like he's not that talented.
It's hilarious. That's what you go with when you say that.
The voice of the generation.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I'm not even talking about him being a voice of the generation. I'm talking about him being a voice of a particular type of person. A particular type of person that grew up in a particular type of way that had particular type of situations. If he didn't do this dumb shit, and I'm pretty sure even if he didn't rape this girl, based on his Wait,
Kodak raped somebody?
That's what the accusation. Yeah. That's what the accusation is. Again,
see, I'm not going to judge him for
that. I don't put that past anybody.
Yeah,
so I believe that. I believe he did that.
And based on his prior behavior and stuff that we see, and stuff that I'm starting to hear,
it's not hurt. Like, it's not helping him at all.
It's not helping his case. And even if it wasn't rape, I could see him doing something disrespectful that could be seen. But whatever, like he even went at the minimum
in front of everybody and did something majorly disrespectful and didn't give a shit. So like, of course, that's what I mean. Like
it's hard to defend him. It's hard, and I'm not trying to defend him. All I'm just trying to say is sad that his behavior,
because there's still a chance that it's not true.
But even if that's not true, his behavior, right, is removing that voice that type of person, the neighborhood that he grew up in, has. He's taking that away from him.
Yeah,
which makes him even more trash.
Yeah, it takes away. It's sad because it takes away.
Sorry
from
if I got to a skill.
No, it's not that serious, man. Yeah. You're a co-host. You can speak all you want, but it takes away from the actual product, which is the music.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that, excuse me, it's unfortunate that his shenanigans get into put him in a position where people aren't focusing on the music; they're focusing on his personal life.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna quote Snatch. If someone calls you a horse, you call him a jerk. If someone calls you a horse again, you punch him in the face. The third time someone calls you a horse, well, maybe it's time to get a saddle. This isn't the first time we've been getting anything like ridiculous coming away from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put the rape allegation on him because that's a stain that you can't get off. Like, you know what I mean? But
you actually can because so many people do.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Like Kobe Bryant, for example. He wasn't proven. It wasn't proven, but we still call him a rapist. You know what I mean?
Celtics fans call him a rapist.
People all over the world.
But also, it wasn't proven that R. Kelly did it either. So, like, what? Like,
it was proven.
No, he got off.
Trust me,
but
he's innocent.
There was a tape.
But I'm saying, like, do you not understand what I'm saying right now? I feel it doesn't matter what we know. We all logically know that, but like according to the rules, he's fucking innocent. He's a free man to walk around and piss on people whenever he pleases.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait till he goes to jail.
So yeah,
it is gonna be. You know what's even worse about this? And I think we've said.
But like, will he though?
That's
what I mean. Like,
he's apparently he's broke, so I don't know.
You know what's worse? the people who still like support him and the people who are like judging the women.
Yeah,
there's like
those are trash people.
Those people are trash.
Yeah, I have no problem with
those fast ass little girls. I'm like, he's an adult. They're 14. Like, You know what I mean?
And like he's very rich and famous.
Yeah.
Like let's think about like what's on a 14-year-old's mind. Like attention, attention, attention.
Wait, the guy who did Ignition wants to fuck me? Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross, bro. Like, kids are impressed by all types of shit, bro. Like, I don't even want to.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's nasty. Yeah, I think this is an appropriate time for, like, a cut into, like, a really happy song.
A cut into a happy song? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna take a break, and we'll come back with more shenanigans.
On the count of 3. Name your favorite podcast. 1, 2, 3.
Justin versus Justin.
Whoa! Did we just become best friends?
Best friends named Justin with the same name?
Oh my god, but spelled differently?
No way!
Alright, you wanna go do impressions out in the garage?
Yes.
Awesome, let's do it!
Wow, this is so amazing!
Justin versus Justin podcast, now available on iTunes and YouTube.
And we're back to the Old Man Wade Show. Still here with Nina and Javi.
Yo.
Hi.
So.
I sounded really nice when I said that. Hi.
As opposed to her like yelling and beating us for the 20 minutes before that.
It's horrible.
Never happened.
How's she not even gonna acknowledge our safe word? What the hell? I said pumpkin bomb 3 times.
I don't know. My safe word is, ancient Latin. I forgot it a couple times.
You gotta. It's like playing a record backwards.
It's like 38 syllables.
Yikes.
Yeah, no wonder she didn't stop beating you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, can we just move on?
Welcome to the Old Man Wade Show. Alright, so...
Damn it, Wade!
So I brought Nina in here, got it right this time.
Why would you say I got it right this time?
To add for the silliness of it all. About the single life. Now, before we get into the single life with you, I posed a question on Facebook.
Oh, no.
And I decided to ask some people. Like, everyone talks about how, like, the single life is.
You know that I don't use Facebook anymore, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're a smart woman.
That's accurate, yes.
So, I decided to ask some people on there, like, the perks of the single life. Because everyone talks about, single life and blah, blah, blah. So I asked them. So, here's what I got. More money for vacation.
True.
Go where and when I want with no reason to check in if it's okay with the other person.
True. Actually, wait. Can we go back to the first one?
Yeah, I want to. Why would you have
I don't know
more
why
money?
I said yes. I didn't really think about it. I don't understand. How would I have more?
I actually go on more vacations now than I did when I was single.
Because you have more money to go on vacation.
Yeah, because you have double the amount. And because you don't have to split a hotel room.
Hold on.
I didn't split hotels when I was single. It was like 4 dudes in a room.
No, but I mean, like, I like to travel alone. Like, I'm, like, when I pay for my own shit...
Yeah.
That's expensive, and I'm like, if I was sharing this room with somebody, it would be half as much. So anyway, that's
I hate people too much. The only person I can really travel with is my wife.
You travel with me, and Maria.
I like it.
But he hated it.
True.
That was between me and you.
Here we go again. Lies.
Oh God.
So, friend of the show, Ken, the ability to be entirely selfish.
I disagree with that. Well, not that I can be if I want, but like I'm not. Like I still have family, I still have friends, I still have my dog. Like I still have people to. I'm not alone in this world.
Oh, you mean like single people aren't just like floating
like
around?
That makes it sound like single people are
themselves.
Yeah.
Their families just.
And I don't even have a social life like that, but like I still have. There's still people that exist in the world around me.
I'm intrigued.
Oh.
So I'm debunking a lot. She's debunking a lot of these.
I mean, I don't know about these answers.
But I'm not saying that those are bad things. Like I'm not saying that they're
you're
negatives. But I'm like that's not necessarily accurate.
I'm guessing the people that are answering these questions aren't necessarily single.
No, they're all married.
Yeah.
Everyone who's married, everyone who's answered so far.
What the fuck do they know?
Yeah.
It's actually most of the people who answered here are actually married.
All right, let's do the next one.
Yeah, this study's flawed.
Someone went, "You're not married," which was funny.
There's a bunch of married people fantasizing about single life. Like, yeah.
I like being married.
I can finally be selfish.
Between my husband and my kids, I can count on my left hand how many times I've gone to the bathroom uninterrupted in the last decade.
Okay, so Mark knows this from my Snapchats. My dog has to be in the bathroom with me.
Or just creepily
staring at me! Sometimes he knows that the door open, and then he'll back up, and then he'll just watch. I'm like, what are you doing?
Please.
I wear my
Well, no,
sunglasses.
to be fair,
night.
he's not actually watching. He's waiting for me to throw the ball at him.
Oh, so you are enticing him to come.
No, like
The
he
infamous
brings
blue
it to
ball.
me. So like he's like, oh yeah, the blue ball or anything that is like available for him to play with. He's like, oh, she's sitting down for a minute. That means that she has no choice but to throw this at me.
Gotcha.
This is all really unnecessary information.
No,
Do I need to edit it or you good?
No, this is great content.
I don't know.
Just let me know.
Okay.
And I'll go back there.
If you edit this out, I will disown you.
I second silence. Also, having lazy days to binge watching Netflix without having to worry about having to clean, who to feed, or whose diaper to change, and getting bitched at for being lazy. Okay, I do all that stuff now, and I'm married.
I think that's like having kids thing.
Yeah, that wasn't a question.
Yeah.
Silence. I imagine it's been a while since though.
But is that also a person with kids?
No.
Oh.
They're also very anti-kids. Shout out to Charmaine, another one of our anti-kid people.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
But like the thing about that is that like I don't know, my last relationship, like we could definitely be in silent. Like we both kind of liked being alone, so like we could be together and it would be completely silent if we both wanted it that way.
Yeah, like for example,
You know what I mean?
like Maria knows that like one of the things she realized about me really early is that I like my space.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are going to be times where like I come home or I just wake up and I need to decompress. So she'll flat out say, "Hey, do you need to decompress?" And I'm like. And I might go, yeah, or I might go, no. So a lot of these things, I'm like, eh. Like someone said to me, do you like sleeping with someone? They were like, not in the act of sex. Do you like sleeping next to someone? I went, yeah, actually, I do. Like, you know what I mean? I actually like, it's weird now, like on days, like tonight, for example, like my wife's on the way to work. I'm gonna be sleeping on my own, and for a little while, it's kind of weird. Like, you know what I mean? So like, it's different. Like, I actually enjoy sleeping next to my wife. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so a lot of stuff when they're like silence and all that stuff, I'm like, meh.
We don't really care about what married people are going through right now. Oh man.
I thought that's what we were talking about, is married versus single.
Yeah.
I mean, but we know. And
I
clearly all our fans know what it's like to be married, right?
So hold up.
No? What?
Hold up. So here's a good one.
No, I'm just saying the ones that are answering these questions apparently all like married.
I think one person on here is single who might have asked.
One person
on here is single.
Jesus.
So
Christ.
here's what's funny, and this should probably lead into your thoughts on being single. I love going to sleep and waking up alone every day in an empty house. Oh wait.
Oh, I love that, but it never happens.
So what? Okay, so you're single, and you said you like being single.
I do. Yeah, I honestly, truly do.
So a common misconception is that people think that because you're single, that you're just like you're lonely.
No.
So.
I don't know, but I think that's because I really genuinely do like being alone. I don't know how to explain that more than what it is. Like I like me time and I like being by myself and decompressing alone and like not having to like explain shit to everybody about like what happened. Like if I'm upset about something that happened at work or whatever, I really don't like, I legitimately don't want to talk about it. And like I feel like that's kind of an obligatory thing a lot of times, having like someone who's always there. It's not a bad thing that people like want to know about it, but it's something that would stress me out more, and it's something that like.
Well, you've been.
I'm not like against being in a like I've been in relationships. I'm not against having a relationship in the future, but I'm saying in the meantime, like I'm definitely not a person who's like I need to have a boyfriend or I need to have a partner. Like I don't need to. I'm not like seeking that shit right now. Like I'm not. I'm like very content with where I currently am.
Okay, so is there an advantage to being one or the other? Right? Do you...
It depends, because I think that people are in. A lot of times, people are in it just because they need to be. Like I know a lot of people that cannot be single. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I know two of my actually very close friends are the type that are like. One of them in particular has never been single. She has like jumped from like very long-term relationship to very long-term relationship like seamlessly. Like,
I was gonna ask you, like, are these people in stable relationships though?
So this particular one was in a like 7-year relationship.
Yeah.
And I think it was a week later, got into another relationship. They were engaged. She ended up breaking off the engagement before they officially, like, stopped talking completely. Yeah. She had already, like, planned on talking to another guy, and now she's been in a relationship with that guy for, like, 3 years.
So that's like that serial monogamous situation, which I think that just based on the question, based on the answers that we got from that question, right? Mm-hmm. I think that people in relationships, right, have an image about people that are single. Yes, that's not necessarily true, and I think that based on things that they may see from certain single people or they may imagine, and I think that single people, right, depending on the type of relationships that they're surrounded by, that might paint, or like the type of relationships they've been in, it might paint their view of like what relationships would be, right? Yeah. So, I think that I wouldn't call what those people are doing relationships, right? I would call it coping with some shit that they need to deal with that they're not really dealing with in a proper way.
But in the meantime, they're still in a relationship.
Yeah, but
you know,
I guess like okay, so I guess that's how you define how you would define a relationship. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I don't know. I think a lot of people think that it's just like this is when I'm supposed to get engaged. Yeah. This is when I'm supposed to get married. Yeah. And like etc. Moving on the line, like they're in the situation because they know that that's like the right timing to be in that situation, so or they think that's the right time.
For me, so I guess that is a relationship. So anything's a relationship. Like you know, you're in a relationship with a friend, relationship with a family member, whatever, right? But that to me seems like a relationship based off of like convenience, more than anything else, right? And I don't think that somebody who is single, right, and happy being single, which I think is fine. I think there's pros and cons to both situations. But somebody that's single, happy with their lives as being single, right? I think them seeing people in those types of quote unquote relationships, I think that's harmful because I think it prevents people from like. I think it makes certain people, right?
I think I'm lost. I think I've gotten lost.
Okay, let me see if I can explain this a little bit better, right? I think that it's possible that the people around us, in the things that we see around us, cause us to make certain decisions, right? Or cause us to see certain things in a certain light. Okay. So if you see people jumping from relationship to relationship, right, and you're happy being single, right, I think the single person would be like, why would anybody want to do?
But like most of my friends are married.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Most of them are married, and they're happily married. I don't give a shit. And I think it's because there's nobody that I've wanted to be married to. Yeah. And I don't think.
So are we talking marriage in particular?
I don't care. Like I don't. I'm talking about either of those things.
Here's a question: is marriage something that you'd be like you're open to, or you kind of just like okay,
open to it, not like
not looking for it like desperately like
I'm not expecting it necessarily.
It's like
I don't have like a dream of a wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's.
I more so care about like having like some like you and Maria are like best friends, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just want someone who's like my best friend to hang out with all the time.
And I think nowadays I think that's okay, and it's weird because I think for so long a lot of people didn't see that as okay, but I think more and more people are seeing that as okay, and it should be. My only question is,
I wouldn't marry someone if they were not like my absolute only person that I really thought was my friend.
But why do we leap? Like both of me and Mark are married, right? But why do we, when we talk about these types of relationships, why do we automatically leap to marriage, especially nowadays?
Because what else? I don't know. Like, okay, so here's an assumption that people have about single people, at least from my experience. People think that because I've been single for a while that I either sleep around a lot or that I am like afraid of commitment. and like neither of those things are true. And like I am definitely a monogamous. Like if I'm in a relationship with someone, like there is nobody else. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't even like talk to another person. Yeah. Like if I'm in a relationship, like that's just not me. Not me at all. Like I know people that can like juggle and like be talking to a bunch.
That shit is tiring.
It's tiring. I mean, I don't know, but it seems tiring. Like it seems like
I used to be a cheater
exhausting.
in my younger days, and it was tiring, and it was ridiculous, and it was stupid.
It sounds so stupid. Like I honestly don't get. Like I've never even close to done it. I have definitely broken up with someone to get with somebody else. Yeah. But like in my head, I cannot have like the cross. Like it's
not worth it. It seems like gambling to me. Right?
And I'm also, I don't think I'm capable of liking two people at the same time, to be honest.
That's another conversation for another time. I honestly think you can actually even love two people at the same time.
I've never even come close to that. Like, for me, that's not possible. And maybe it's possible for other people. For me, it is not. I've never even come close.
I think you can love more than one person at the same time, but I think love is not enough. You gotta like the person. I think it's a lot harder to like.
Yeah, I love you and I like you.
Yeah, you gotta like.
I agree 100%.
Like, I don't think there's enough like in me to like.
Yeah.
Like I love my mother. I don't like her.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah. So I feel you on that.
But like, and you know, there's one of the bartenders that used to bartend at this bar called The Place. Mm-hmm. Best bartender in the world, lived a single life. He was like, this woman used to call him a machine. This is how his day would start. He would get up around 7 or 8. He'd work out. Then he'd go home, shower, go to the bar, prep the bar for the day. Prep the bar, go back, relax, go back to work. And then just be a monster at the bar. He'd close down the bar, leave the bar. So say 5 out of 7 days out the week, he was usually leaving with a woman. That's just how he rolled. Start all over again. And someone was like, well, that's just a lonely life. I'm like, no, he's happy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's his. That's not. I wouldn't do it, but I mean, shit.
He led a happy life. People loved him. He was completely honest with anybody he was with. So he wasn't like
a scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the best guys I've ever met in my life. And everyone was like, oh, it seems like such a lonely life. I was like, nah. There's this comedian who's on the show, Slade Hand. He's lifetime single. He doesn't want to be married, doesn't want kids. And everyone's he lives such a lonely life, and he's like, nah. He goes around the world telling jokes. He wrote a book. He's living his best life, and and he's single. He's not lonely. He's got friends. He's got fans. He's got a show. He's got that. So I think that's one of the biggest common misconceptions is that you're single automatically means you're lonely, and that's not the case.
So I guess this is why the conversation.
I mean, not that I'm on that extreme of a level. Like I said, like I would like. I mean, I wouldn't be against having someone to like share my life with, but I'm just not checking for it right now at all. Like that's not my priority.
But I also think that's the difference, though. Like you've established that, like right now, you're like that's just not happening.
Like I don't want to be going on dates. For what? Like,
okay, I got a question. You said you've never been on a date?
I've never been on a date.
You've been in a relationship before.
Yeah. So, like, okay, when I say I've never been on a date, what I mean is I've never gone on, like, what I would call a first date.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, like, I've never gone out with someone who I, like, didn't really know or, like, was getting to know someone. Never. Everyone that I've been out to dinner or like out to like something with has been someone that I already know and that I'm either already in a relationship with or we're friends, but we're gonna do this one thing together and maybe we're gonna hook up.
So I think that's why this conversation is a little bit weird to me. Because I always say like my wife pulled me, not because like I'm pullable. It's just that I wasn't that I
He's like, because I'm definitely not.
Yeah. It's because, like, I was just never that... I wasn't out there, like, just looking for shit, right? Like, I was chilling. Like, I would much rather... Like, I used to get dragged to the club and shit, but honestly, like, I would have much rather chill, play some Xbox.
Yep.
Smoke some weed if I had a little bit, whatever, right?
Only a little bit?
Well, I didn't smoke that much back then.
Right.
At all, right? So, for me, this conversation is a little bit weird because when I see single people, I don't necessarily assume that. Like, I don't assume that they're just going, like, fucking everybody. Because to me, that just sounds...
exhausting?
It's fucking... That sounds
and
exhausting.
And gross.
Yeah.
People
right?
got shit.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and so... But for me,
people are out here getting pregnant for no reason.
But
not for me, man.
STDs like crazy.
And I will abort your shit. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like.
And I don't see, and I know enough coming from the community.
Ready? There it is.
Coming from the type of community that I come from, like the West Indian kind of community. Like I know a lot of married people that are spreading around like STDs and fucking around and all this other shit. Like I don't like. There's no. Just because you're single. Doesn't mean that you have if you're a hoe bag single, you're gonna be a hoe bag married. I'm sorry, that's just
whoa. I take offense to that because I was big time hoe when I was single.
But you said you were a cheater. You grew. Right?
Yeah, you stopped being a hoe bag before you were married.
As you, yeah. Well, whatever. Again, why are we jumping to marriage?
But again,
like,
okay. Do you know the reason I don't cheat?
Yeah.
Chris Rock has a bit, and I've said this
because of Chris Rock.
No, not because of Chris Rock. But I'm gonna put that down there. I don't cheat because of Chris Rock. Chris Rock has a bit where he goes, "A man is only as faithful as his options."
Wait. Sorry, I needed to think about that one for a second.
So this is why
I don't agree with that.
So here's the thing.
I always disagree with this.
I know he does. I don't put myself in situations to cheat. If I go to the same one bar specifically because every bartender I go to, Nina's over here shaking her head. So
because I already know people, your story has already been disproven by most of the guys I know. But anyway,
so this bar I go to, the bartenders know me. They know my wife. So if they even see a woman talking to me, they bring up my wife immediately. And I always go, they know my wife. Or if I look uncomfortable, they come up and go, oh hey, Mark, can you blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. I'm like, oh, thank God for getting this bitch away from me. like you know what I mean? Like, if I'm out, my wedding ring's on. Like, it's clear as day.
I'm so good at getting guys away from me.
We can talk about that later.
Bookmark it.
So like I don't put myself in situations to cheat. Like when a woman's hitting on me, I make it a point to get out of that situation and shut that shit down immediately. So that's what I mean by not putting yourself in a situation to cheat. Yeah. You shut that shit down before it can become anything else. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of cheating starts emotionally. So if you start that, if you let them in emotionally, it makes it a little bit easier to cheat physically.
So that's why you remove yourself from. That's why you don't put yourself in.
I don't put myself
like in physical
or emotional. Physical or emotional.
There's a lot. This 50% of the population is female.
That's fine.
So you might
of that 50%, the only woman I'm entertaining is my wife.
But all right, do you have something to say?
Like so much.
Go ahead. You're the guest. Speak on.
Well, it's mostly about like that quote because I know so many guys that purposely will go out looking to cheat.
Yeah, they're going looking for the options.
Right, but that doesn't mean that their main option, being like their significant other at the time, isn't faithful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay.
So, like, they could be with a faithful woman, and they will still be like,
So, no, a man is only as faithful as his options. So, if a man knows he can cheat, he will put himself in a position to have those options.
But what do you mean if you know anyone can cheat?
Yeah. So, I know I can cheat. So, why am I going to put myself in a position where I can have options?
Okay.
So, a man is only as faithful as... It's also a joke, too.
I mean, I get that it's a joke, but, like...
I don't put myself in... Basically, it's saying... Don't put yourself in a position to cheat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
how about this?
But how about just don't? Like that, like...
You're using common sense and logic where common sense and logic doesn't work.
Explain to me how.
But why not? Because I have that common sense and logic.
Can I just say,
why?
Hold on, let me here at this moment, because I know the next topic she's going to disagree with me. But right now.
Oh, that's fine.
How do you already know that shit?
Do you know how I know? Do you know why I don't cheat on my wife?
Because you're a decent human being.
Yeah, because you love her.
Yeah, beyond the love and all that.
Okay, no, but that's what it is.
But I'm going to break it down, though.
Okay, break it down.
She's told me that is one of the most hurtful things that could ever happen.
Okay.
If you love someone, you don't hurt them.
Yes.
So that's why I don't do it. And for that reason alone, I don't put myself in positions to do it. There's a woman at my job who I know wants me to pork her. And guess what I do? I stay the fuck away from her every chance I get.
But even if you were around her, you still wouldn't.
But I don't... Okay, I'll give you another example.
I've been around a lot of guys who want to fuck me, and I don't.
Okay, yeah, you're a woman. Okay, another Chris Rock quote. It's easier for women to turn down dick because ever since you were born, a guy has been trying to throw dick at you.
Yikes.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong, though.
I'm triggered.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't like that.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Yes, it's nasty. It's very triggering, and it's very fucked up. But it's true. So it's it's like for me, it's easier.
Yeah, society is trash, bro. Can we just say that?
It's fucking trash.
People are trash. People are super trash. So for me, there's a fundamental. There's a reason I don't cheat is I don't want to hurt my wife. Some people don't take their partner into account. I also think that you can love more than one person. That's why I understand polyamorous relationships where they're like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We're going to have conversations about having sex with other partners, but there's parameters within that. There's a conversation within that. But that's not cheating. You know what I mean? So for them, it makes sense. For me, no. One, I'm way too insecure to... If some other guy comes in here and fucks my wife better than I can, I'm going to have to choke this dude out. You're never going to find
But that's the thing. And in any situation like that, somebody is fucking better than the other person.
That's true.
I do not believe that there can be equal love. I really, really, like, from the bottom of my heart, don't. You ever seen Sister Wives? Those wives are always jealous.
What part of me makes you think that I watch Sister Wives?
The fact that you got a podcast. I don't know. This is material. This is prime material.
Oh, you know what? Now I'm probably having
Sister Wives?
You do.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
You didn't know about that shit?
Is it a reality show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Mormons, right?
It's like Mormon reality.
A Mormon Sister Wives?
So,
That's
yeah.
boring. Oh.
Okay, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the fact that...
I have actually seen the show.
Bullshit, Mark. Like, I knew. Look at you.
I've seen the show a few times.
Right. But, like, true, all the women are like, they act like, outwardly, they're like, oh, this is such a great situation for my kids, for me, for whatever. Yeah. But then, like, low-key, you can, like, they're very emotional at some point, being like, oh, but I just feel like he loves her more than me, or I just feel like because you gotta have a favorite. It's like when you're a mom or whatever, I don't know, I'm not a mom, but you gotta have a fucking favorite kid. I do not believe that moms don't have favorite kids. And my mom, let me tell you right now.
You're the favorite.
No, I'm the least favorite, definitely.
Oh, shit.
There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
And my mother is a very, like, my mom loves her kid. Like, we are her entire world, or her entire life. She's always said since we were little, there are no favorites, etc., etc. And she will say that till the day she dies. I will never believe her. And I don't believe anybody who says that. Everybody has a favorite. And I feel like in a sister-wife type of situation...
Do you have any siblings that graduated from Harvard Law School?
No.
Oh, okay.
We were all state schools.
State schools? Well, okay.
I mean, some of us are definitely smarter than others. I will say that. But that has nothing to do with favoritism.
The Harvard kid's always a favorite. Or something.
Yeah, no. Because I'm definitely the smartest. I'm definitely the least favorite.
Damn, that's also a possibility.
I am the favorite, but I'm also kind of the black sheep. I haven't spoken to my mother in almost 9 months.
That's a long time, man.
She disrespected my wife. She disrespected my marriage. She disrespected me.
Okay.
I gave her multiple chances.
That's different.
I'm out.
That's different.
Yeah, we're gonna need some more cheery music after this.
Whatever. It's the old man wage, so we're fine. But no, I forget what we were talking about. My memory's trash.
Sister wives, moms.
I mean, we were really talking about
favorites, favorite kids.
Yeah. Daniel Tosh has a bit where he goes, "There's no such thing as a three-way tie."
Yeah. See, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot love people equally. So that was the whole point of, like, you can love 2 people at the same time. Yeah, maybe you can have feelings for 2 people at the same time, but you will always love some. I don't know. As a non-polyamorous person, I can't comprehend loving people equally.
But
can I be real for 2 seconds?
Go ahead.
Because, I mean, I appreciate your reason for not cheating on your wife, right? Like, that's noble, I think.
I love my wife. I respect her. It would hurt her. I'm not going to hurt my wife.
Yeah, that's period.
But to be honest, a big reason why I wouldn't cheat on my wife, because it would fuck all my shit up. Like,
that falls under the same category, though. Like, wow.
No, that's kind of a more selfish reason, though.
No, like
said it would because it would make it shitty for you. He didn't want to make it shitty for her.
No, it would make a shitty situation. It would make. I'm sorry.
It would make you have to be single and lonely.
No, I don't.
Oh God! What did Chris Rock say? He either married and bored or single and lonely.
Bullshit.
I honestly,
that's 2 for 2.
I do not fear being single.
I'm not bored.
I'm similar to you. Like I like my alone. Like being single is not a fear of me and my of a breakup between me and my wife.
Same here.
It's not a fear I have, right? Not saying that I'm gonna be single and go fuck whatever. I don't care. Like
I am. I have flat out I've told Maria, if this doesn't work, I am never doing this again. I am never getting another relationship again. I am going to go back. I'm going to work 7 days a week, and I'm probably going to work 6 days a week. And on that 6th day, I'm going to fuck, and on that 7th day, I'm going to rest.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't know what I would do, right?
I don't need to be around people that, like, I don't need to fuck anyone that much because I don't care to be around them.
Well, I have the internet now, so I might just jack off. So.
Right.
I really like my wife, and I like the life that we've built together, right? And to be honest with you, like, I have not met many people that can compare to her. Like, as far as people that can deal with my shit, right?
Because that's important.
Yeah.
I want to tell people flat out, like, this is the shit you're getting into.
Before my wife,
I'm fucking nuts.
I don't like sleeping next to people. I don't like
being touched.
I don't like any of that, right?
I have not.
Oh man, you know me. Oh man, you sent me a text message today saying like, shit, I didn't think you like people, right? Something similar to that.
Something
right?
now, yeah.
Yeah, something similar. Just leave me alone, right? But my wife, I can cuddle up with her. Everything's good. I love this arrangement. I love it. You think I'm gonna cheat on her and ruin that shit for what?
For what?
For what? I don't get it. Like
I don't understand it either. I don't understand the cheating mentality.
My wife is dope. I'm good.
Because I think and I'm making assumptions about you as a person, but like
you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because I understand that logic completely. Yeah. Like if I have like my person who I'm like, you're my person, and I actually like hugging you. Like I don't like hugging most people, but like you're.
It's funny because when you came in, I was gonna hug you. I'm like. Someone tells me Nina's not a hugger, so I'm going to leave her alone.
Yeah. I'm not. And I did hug Maria when she came in.
It's different, it's Maria.
It's different. It is. I don't know. But in general, like, no. I'm not a... Like, I get your whole thing. And you're like, why would I fuck this up? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, so... But my... Shit. I lost...
Still got nothing?
Yeah, no. So...
We took a quick break.
I was waiting for a go.
We had a quick break.
We're a little bit high right now, just so.
And I'm on my 4th beer.
Yeah, this is more than I've even drank in a long time.
But Nina was agreeing with me.
I was agreeing. Yeah, for once.
We're brothers and sisters from another mother.
Yeah.
And dad.
Because why would you fuck this up? Right? That was like where we left off at.
Yeah.
Why would you fuck this up? But honestly, why would you?
But that's what it comes down to. If you're happy, why would you bother? Why would you mess it up?
Yeah. This was my whole fucking train of thought at the time. Was that if I was in something that I thought would, I don't really know how to verbalize this now that I'm in it, but like the thought is here. If I was in a relationship that I didn't care about fucking up, if I was like, oh, I don't care if I lose you, if you're like disposable to me, then I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you, period. Yeah. And I like, this kind of goes back to what we were saying before about like how people are like, I just need someone. So whether or not that's a disposable someone, it doesn't matter to me because I'll take them and then I'll dump them and take someone new and whatever. For me, that is not the way I operate. If I am with you, it's because I really want to be with you. Yeah. Like, it's funny,
Maria said that same thing. I remember when we were dating, she was like, I'm with you because I want to be with you.
Yeah. I'm not a time waster. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, they're good for the moment. Like, this is like the flavor of the month. That is not my style. Yeah. Like, if I don't see anything serious, I don't see you being worth my time. Because like I said, I could go either way. I could be single and be happy, Or I could be in a relationship and be like, this is like a good, like, this is a person that I want to be with. But, like, there's really no in between for me. And, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, a very intense person. Yeah. But, like, if I think that you're just like, oh, I like you, but, like, you're just all right. I'm not going to waste my time on you. I'm going to be like, I either, like, love you or you're whatever.
But how do you start off? And not saying, again, I understand that. Mm-hmm. I understand that. And disclaimer, I've been with my wife quite a bit, right? I lived in a dorm in my early 20s, late teens, so I went through a lot before I met her, but we met early in my 20s. Mm-hmm. So I skipped a lot of that, right? Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
Stoners.
Right? What were you saying?
We're just doing a lot of explaining.
What were you saying before that?
About how, like, I don't want to waste my time on someone who I'm not, like, in love
with. Okay, yeah, exactly. So, with that said, like, I went through that stage early on when I was a piece of shit. Both me and my wife, we grew together, right?
Yep.
Right? And luckily, we survived. Could have failed, but we didn't. Mm-hmm. And almost a decade later, actually, we've been together for more than a decade, but marriage, whatever. We're still together, right? With that said, how do you avoid the fact that, or is this the case with you, that every new relationship could possibly seem disposable? Right?
So I'm going to say two things about that.
Yeah.
One of which you will not believe. Because a lot of people don't.
We have ghosts in the background.
It's Maria doing something with something.
Okay, sorry. I thought that she had left for work already.
So did I.
No home invasions in West Roxbury.
Something that we wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah. So, in this... No, we're just gonna sound so stupid. So, I'm, like, definitely psychic.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Don't do that.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not doing that face because you. I'm doing that face because of him.
Okay.
I am a firm believer.
Yo, don't put me on the spot.
I'm on the spot.
Yo, so Nina's my best friend.
Can I explain that though? Can I explain what I mean by that? Because like whenever I say that, and I rarely even bring it up. Because
you'll get a chance to explain yourself on the old.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So, I honestly feel like I have a gift, but it's a gift that I can't predict and that I can't really like control. Like I have had very insane things happen to me in terms of dreaming things that have then been real, and in terms of like having very like really strong like intrusive thoughts, because I was telling you before that I'm like I have actual OCD. This is like a real thing that I have. That's like very difficult to get around sometimes. So like intrusive thoughts are like a big part of my life, but sometimes I have these intrusive thoughts that end up being like a premonition that like at the time I don't realize that they are, but then they are. Like for example, okay. This past summer, I had like this intrusive thought about one of my close friends who I actually hadn't spoken to for like a few months. Yeah. This one specific day, I woke up and it's like could not stop. Like my obsessive behavior was like all around her. So I text her, and I don't hear from her until the next morning. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that day that I woke up with all these thoughts of her husband was in a freak accident and died. Yeah. Completely unexpectedly, and like I said, I hadn't talked to her, and that's just my like recent example of that. But like shit like that has happened to me on so many different occasions in my life that I'm like, it weirds me out.
And so these feelings intrude into your thoughts about people you're in a relationship with.
Do I give the ass or the crotch?
Yeah, I'm just getting a face full of old man ass. Yeah,
right.
That's ridiculous.
It's delicious.
Pause. I mean phrasing.
Phrasing. Boom.
Not even phrasing. Literally. I got a face full of old man ass. Horrible. Nice. It's horrible.
Was your question? Oh no, it's not just about it's literally about anything. And like I said, sometimes I have had dreams about shit that happens. Yeah. Sometimes whatever. But that being said, my gut feeling about a lot of people, and I actually have like a rant that I could go on about this because something else recent just happened that was really fucking weird. My like gut reactions to people, mm-hmm. I can't think of a time that they've been wrong. Like if there's ever, because I'm not the most social person, And a lot of times people will like write off my opinion as like, oh, you're just being a bitch, or like you're just whatever. Yeah. If I say like I don't like that person, they'll be like, well, you have no reason to. What did they say? What did they do? I'm like, there's something. I know something is wrong with them. Period. Like I know. And then like it could be weeks later, years later, it could be whatever. But then something will come up that I'm like, I knew it. Like I knew that this person was bad, even though I had no reason to think that at the time. Like my intuition about people that I meet has just been.
Well, here's the sucky part about that situation, right? I think that unfortunately most people have. I'm not gonna say trash. I already said I don't want to call people trash, but most people have a lot of bad traits, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think it's possible? Again, not discounting what you're saying, because I'm not trying to be that guy, old man. Damn it, right? Is it possible that you're picking up on the negative traits that a lot of people have versus?
Well, that would make sense, but it's the fact that like usually the situations that I'm talking about are like everybody else is like, that person is awesome, they're so fun, and like we'll all be in the same room together and everyone's loving them and everyone's like doing like. They could be very charming and they could be whatever, and I'll be like, I don't know. You picked up. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then these people, it'll like I said, it could be any amount of time later. These people could be like, why didn't you like Nina? Why didn't you? There's still no reason that you don't like them. I'm like, yeah, there's not maybe a specific reason, but like I know. And then like lo and behold, there will always be something that comes up, and it has happened. Like I said, very recently with a guy that all my friends really wanted me to break up with my. At the time boyfriend for this like perfect guy, and there was never but I was like, there's just something something about him. I don't know, like I can't tell you. They're like, but like for A, B, C, X, Y, Z reason, this is like perfect for you, and it's anybody would be lucky to have him. He's like the perfect match, right? And I'm like,
those guys are the worst.
There's someone. There's like, I mean, it's not someone. There's something. There's just something wrong with him. Yeah. Very recently, he was like all over the news, and I don't want to get too specific into it because I don't want to like give away anything that he was or is. But it was like this totally unexpected, fucked up story. He's on like this $50,000 bail for, and I'm watching my news in front of my mom with this dude that I slept with a couple times, like just sitting in a courtroom, and I'm like, yo, like I fucking knew this guy was not good news. Like he was capable of that shit. Like, but it was like not even an it was like he was doing some shit. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? There it fucking is, because everybody wanted this like perfect guy for me. And here's your perfect fucking guy now. Were there any like hints that like, because even I was shocked when I saw the stories. I was like, I couldn't even believe that it was him. But again, like I said, a few years ago, I was like, there's something, like keep him away from me.
Single life sounds terrific.
It's great. It's great. Like, yeah, like, I mean, would it be nice to have someone to go out with on like a holiday? Like, yeah, that would be cool. But like I said, yeah, I could go either way. Can we pause it for a second? Because back to boredom later though.
And we're back. I had to hit pause for some recreational activities. That means old man Wade needed to go get his booze on.
I prayed.
Yeah.
I did some Bible study. Me and Nina.
Yeah.
It was great. I feel fulfilled.
It was enlightening.
It was enlightening.
Yes.
So before we go, I wanted to talk about a conversation that me and Nina had. It was actually pretty fucking funny. What would we watch?
It was the Mindy Project.
Was it the Mindy Project? Okay.
Yeah.
So you tell the story.
So
Oh God.
So she was on.
So I was watching the Mindy Project, and there's a specific line that Dr. Lahiri says to her boyfriend at the time, Casey. They're lying in bed together, and they're having a serious conversation, and then she looks down, and she's like, your penis has emerged from your pajama slit. And I recorded that segment on Snapchat, and I sent it to old man Wade. my day.
And so the old man paused. Wade.
Yeah, so I said, and he's like, oh, it's never actually an accident. I'm like, I have definitely seen that happen as an accident before, and here's why. Let me tell you, because this is my side of the story, right?
So tell your side of the story. So
sometimes the slit in the pants is large, right? And sometimes when flaccid and somebody turns around in a bed, sometimes things just flop over and fall out.
Okay.
It's never in a sexual, like, ooh, look what just slips out, baby. Okay. Hey, why don't you come on over here and look what slipped out? Yeah. No. Okay. So, and I'm talking about, like, this has been, I have seen it as a legitimate, like, I am the male human was asleep and literally rolled over, and it was a flop out situation where there was nothing sexy about it, okay? So, are you saying that's not possible? Maybe your girth is too big.
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done.
I'm done.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said girth. Can we edit that?
I mean, it's not that serious.
I don't like that.
I mean, girth is a...
Do you really want me to edit it?
Yeah, I do.
Girth is a factor in this, right? No?
Girth is a factor.
It might be. I don't know. I just felt like that was a creepy thing for me to say. I felt like that
was... there has been much worse that's been said on here.
Okay.
Girth? That's classy.
Are you kidding me? The name of this episode might be Girth. Yeah. The name of this episode might be Girth. Okay. Girth was a factor.
Yeah, that's definitely a...
Well, in that case, cheers to me.
Okay. So here's the deal. No. Absolutely not. Is there no way in hell it was an accident? Let me tell you. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example.
But I'm telling you, I've seen it happen as an accident.
No. You assume the guy was asleep.
But, like, there was nothing that was like, oh, oops, tuck back in and then back to sleep. It was not a move. I'm telling you. I know a move when I see a fucking move.
He needs better pajamas.
It's okay.
No, but, like, for real, though. He needed better pajamas.
Like, the front was kind of probably loose and all. So wash them.
It was a wide gap.
Yeah.
So peep game.
You don't know who I'm talking about.
I have never accidentally slipped out of my boxers. Ever. Do you want to know why? Because, if I'm in my boxers, I'm comfortable enough with the person to be in my boxers. 2, if I'm trying to fuck, I'm going to accidentally slip out and go, a little try before you buy.
Okay,
no, let me finish. Okay. And depending on how the female reacts, depends on what happens next. Now, if I'm in my boxers and I'm in a situation where I know there's no chance in hell, do you know what I do? I usually don't wear boxers where my dick might not slip out. So even when I'm sleeping and I roll around and it might just slip out my fucking boxers, that's not happening.
You don't got the old pair?
Huh?
You don't got the old pair?
Old pair?
The old pair of boxers.
Oh, I do now. I'm married. Yeah, but like, if my dick slips out now, it's no big deal.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, though.
It's not the same, though.
No, these are like people that I've been in a relationship with. Like we were comfortable and we were just like old man and woman type deal.
That's different. I'm talking.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like the person just turned over and I was like, put it back, and they put it back, and we went back to sleep. It wasn't a big deal. And you're over here making it seem like that has never in the history of time happened. Like shit has happened. That shit
Yeah, we need a drop.
Yeah, drops are coming soon, actually.
We need a fucking drop.
Oh my god. Put it back and go to sleep.
God damn.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh.
That was a legit relationship.
Yeah, no,
when dicks can just fall out in front of you, just like.
Like I said, all my relationships are legit relationships. All my relationships mean a lot because I don't fuck with people who don't mean a lot.
Oh god! So the person this happened to, you in a relationship with?
Yeah,
that's different. I'm talking about the single guy, but it's just like, oops, oh my.
Okay, so first of all, in the initial episode that we were discussing, that was not the case. For me, that was not the case. And I thought I made it clear that was not the case. I'm like, this was a complete accident. This was not a move.
So I'm just glad to know what this just slip out reference is. Like, I feel complete now.
Now that you know.
Now that I know.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were asking it. I'm like, yeah, we just said it.
Have you ever used the just slipped out move?
Me?
Yeah.
I can't say I have.
I've used it. Absolutely.
I mean, I could tell by the way you described the situation.
I absolutely used a just slipped out move.
But then I love how your last example was, and the last time is if it's actually an accident. I'm like, that's what I've been saying.
I don't want to be a liar.
I've used the just slipped out move when I've had sex with a woman before. Yeah. I'll use the just slipped out move. That's not something you pull out. No pun intended. Like when you've never slept with a person. That's something where you're like, we fucked before. No, truth, I'll try the just slip.
Yeah, maybe it'll be cute. No, it's never. Yeah! It's never cute though. It's like even if they pretend it's cute in the moment, it's really not.
It's worked.
No, I'm not saying
like it's worked.
A lot of shit works. Okay, trust me. I have been a victim to a lot of things that I'm like in my head. I'm like, this should not have gotten my pants down. But like in the moment, hey, whatever. I'll fucking take it.
oh my god, this has been the Old Man Wade Show.
That was excellent.
Bye.
I'll just take it. Oh god. Thank you, Nina, for coming on the show.
No problem. I'll be back.
Thank you.
I guess.
I hope so. Can you do me a favor? Can you just say "Damn it, Wade" before you go?
Damn it, Wade.
Damn it, Wade.